Welcome everybody to the Dreads weekend post-game reports, where I discuss the most recent Hanwha game. Then I talk about the good, the bad, and what I would have done differently if I was in the dugouts as the manager. From there, I'll preview the upcoming game, talk about the pitching matchups, and what I think is going to happen. Let's go. All right, Hanwha with another victory, and this one very big because it ensures that Hanwha has another winning series, two straight winning series in a row as they've taken the first two games, and that means that they've won both series this week as they took two of three from LG in the weekday series. Ryu Hyunjin pitched well. I wasn't sure exactly how he was going to do because, again, he's on the road. He did pitch well in his last game on the road, but he pitched well again. 6 innings, gave up 1 run in the first inning after his throwing error allowed Heredia to go to second. So 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 innings. Pitched well for a starter. Was in line for the win. But before the game started in my preview show, I said this. Now, who's going to win? I don't think either pitcher factors into the decision today. I really don't think either pitcher factors into the decision today. What I think it comes down to is a bullpen game. I happen to be correct once again, as the bullpens were the game. I thought Hanwha had a weaker bullpen coming into this game because a lot of the guys that they rely on pitched the day before, and they pitched a lot the day before. So coming back in for a second game or having to go to some of the arms that aren't as reliable in the bullpen, I thought SSG had the chance, but the bullpen just pitched extremely well. That's the number one thing from yesterday's game, is the bullpen. So Kim Bum-soo came in, he pitched 1 inning, 21 pitches, and that is after 26 pitches and 1.2 innings the day before. 1 strikeout, 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. Iminu, who pitched the day before, only threw 12 pitches the day before and 11 on this game. I thought he would be in, and I thought he would be closing the game because I didn't think they would go with the same guys. Again, he pitched well. Ju Hyun-sung, very shaky in the previous game, and he threw 23 pitches in the previous game. I didn't think he would be back out, but they brought him back out again, and he ended up blowing the save, but getting the win, and threw 32 pitches. So that's 55 pitches for him for the last 2 games. And he's pitched in 4 of the 5 games this week. Iminu 4 of the 5 games this week, and Kim Bum-soo 4 of the 5 games this week. So those guys have thrown a lot. There's 0 chance that they will be out in today's game. So that's the first thing. The bullpen has been extremely, extremely good lately. They are being worked a lot, so we'll see how long that lasts. Other things, Kim Tae-yeon continues to hit at the top of the lineup. He has 6 home runs on the season. 5 of them are from the leadoff spot. He just keeps hitting. This time had the go-ahead home run in the 7th inning, put Hanwha up 2-1. Chae-in-sung had the sacrifice back in the 4th to tie the game up at 1. And so lots to love. The best play isn't going to be talked about as the best play. Really the game-winning situation was Lee Sang-hyuk stealing second base. What that did is that opened up first base, where they ended up walking No Shi-won and trying to pitch to An Chi-hong, and then this happened.
The 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be a single past the center fielder. That's going to bring on 1 run, and that's going to make a coming home 2 runs. 2 runs in the top of the 10th for Hanwha, and they take a 4-2 lead on Mr. 2 out, 2 RBI himself, An Ji Hong. I told him, An Ji Hong, Mr. 2-out RBI himself. That is not over
So,
yet.
10th inning, extra inning win by 2. Great. Now, what did I not like about the game? One, the Chae-in-sung steal. I don't get why this team is so bad at stealing. Their stealing percentage is so much worse than every other team in the league. And I'm talking hundreds of points, not 10, 15, hundreds of points worse than every other team in the league. That is something that has to be addressed. Other thing I didn't like, the defense from Kim Tae-yeon. Like, he is obviously a defensive liability and right, but his offense is so good, he has to be in the lineup. This is where the signings become an issue, as now you have Kim Tae-yeon having to play right because they have An Ji-hong and Chae-in-sung playing first, so he can't play first and he has to play right, even though Chae-in-sung is a outfielder. So I really think that they need to rotate that, where Chae-in-sung is playing right first DH, and they're going to have to figure out a way to get those 3 players to rotate around the DH position, first base, and right field for Chae-in-sung and Kim Tae-yeon. They've got to. Too many mistakes in the last 2 games didn't hurt them because SSG is really slumping, but something they have to do. Also, the number 2 hole for Hanwha in this series has been awful. Friday's game, Jun Jin-hyuk 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts, golden sombrero. Yesterday, Peraza 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. So in the 2 hole in this series, they have gone 1 for 10 with 8 strikeouts. That's a hole in front of your 3, 4, 5 hitters. Obviously, it's just happening. It's not like it's a recurring theme, but it's something that obviously needs addressed when you have Kim Tae-yeon getting on base and hitting, and then you have your 3, 4, 5 hitters, but you have that big gap in there, whether it's move something around, move somebody up, move somebody down, something like that needs to happen if it continues through this game also, this coming up game. So Hanwha gets the win, huge series win, huge week. They've gone from 10th up to 8th, and Kiwoom has gone all the way down where I predicted. Lotte still below them, which is big as the Lotte series is coming up. So let's get into today's game. All right, guys, so today's matchup is going to face Peña versus Park Jong-hoon. If the game goes, they are calling for rain, but if it goes, here's the preview. So Peña and Park Jong-hoon are both returning for a start after a long delay. Peña was injured as he was hit in the wrist in his last start. So he only really skipped 1 start, basically missed 2 weeks. This is his 10th day, which means he can come back after going on the injured list. Park Jong-hoon went down because he was not pitching well. Now, Peña was also not pitching well before he went down. So Peña on the season, 6.27 ERA. He's 3-5. Opponents are hitting 295 against him. The biggest thing is walks. Again, 20 walks. That's 10th in the league. And home runs, he's given up 6 home runs, which is 18th in the league. Both of those are very concerning, and they are something that I talked about in my prediction show way back in March about concerns. Home runs are up around the league, which makes it even worse. But for him, his last month, the month of May, has been really bad. 3 games, he's 0-2 with a 10.38 ERA. Opponents are hitting 306. He's gone 8.2 innings in those. And now it does include the delayed start or the brief start where he was injured, but he was getting hit bad in that game also. So he's given up 10 runs, all earned. They're over a 2 whip. For a starter, for anybody, that's not good. He has pitched much better during the summer, during the hot weather in the previous year, so maybe that will help. Maybe the time off will help, but he just really hasn't been going deep into games all year, and he's not striking out the amount that he was striking out in previous years. So one of the things for him is his strikeouts were overcoming the walks and the hits, so that he was able to get out of situations. But this year he's not even striking out a batter an inning, which takes away the biggest strength of him. His last outing, 1.2 innings, 39 pitches, 4 runs. The outing before that, he went 2 innings, 52 pitches, but gave up 5 runs. Before that, 5 innings, but he almost 100 pitches, only 1 run, but again, only 5 innings. Before that, 4 innings, 90 pitches, gave up 5 runs. So he's not going deep into games. He's giving up a lot of runs. Those are the last 4 starts. He's 0-3. He has pitched well against SSG. 1 game, he went 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up 1 run. So he has pitched well against SSG. How is he going to do? On the other side, you have Park Jong-hoon, who is a side armor, under armor, is what they call it. He's actually a submariner. He has not pitched well this season either, with a 8.10 ERA in 6 games. He is 11th in the league in hit by pitch, or hit batters. And he's also given up 6 runs, but that's in way less innings than 28 innings, 28.1 innings. So he has not pitched in the first league since facing Hanwha. He's faced him twice this year, a 10.80 ERA, 2 games, he's 0-1. He has just not pitched well. Hanwha's hit 409 against him. He's given up 10 walks, 9 runs, 6 earned, with a whip of 3.4. So he's allowing more than a bases loaded every single inning against Hanwha. In the past, he has pitched much better. Last year, he pitched 3 games, was 1-1 with a 1.59 ERA. So he has pitched better, and he's made 3 starts in the second league, where in those 3 starts he is 2-0, went 8 innings in his last start, gave up 1 run, 6 innings, and I believe 5 innings in the other 2. So he has pitched much better in the second league since going down after the Hanwha game, because the Hanwha game he pitched 3 innings and gave up 6 runs. So who's going to be the better pitcher? Honestly, it's anybody's guess. Is Pena having that time off going to help? Is Park Jong-hoon going to be able to carry over his second league stuff to the first league? SSG is struggling. They continue to lose, a huge losing streak now. And Hanwha really struggles trying to sweep teams, trying to get that 3rd win against teams. It could go either way if they even play the game. I think it comes down to bullpen again. And honestly, SSG's main guys are out and Hanwha's main guys are out. Which means Hanwha's gonna have, they will have Kim Gyu-yeon, who didn't pitch yesterday, who is a solid bullpen arm. Yoon Dae-kyung, who has not pitched well from the bullpen, has given up runs almost every single time. And Han Sung-hyuk also in the same situation. But they should have Kim Gi-jung, who made a spot start on Wednesday. They should be able to use him in the bullpen today, as it's been not a full week of rest, but if they're going to continue to use him in the bullpen, I think today would be the time that they would use him in the bullpen. Obviously, Kim Seo-hyun, who knows what they're doing with him, because he pitched 1 inning last week on Sunday and he didn't pitch all week. What's going to happen with him? So it's anybody's guess on today's game. I still have to go. I have to go with Hanwha on this. It's not I wouldn't say great feeling about it. It's just too many things that could go wrong, and the other guys in the Hanwha bullpen have not shown a lot of ability to get the big outs, and part of that is because they're passed over every time that they need to get big outs. So when they do come in, they now are extra pressured because they want to show that they can get those outs. So who knows at this point? Maybe the game will end up in a tie. That's what we'll say. We're going to say this game is going to end up as a tie. So that's it. I will see you in the live stream.